2012 GSL Blizzard Cup MVP 동래구 히어로 리나 Barking Sniper Light Lane Violet Seed
Hey guys, it's time for the evening session here. Right now, our group standing, we already talked about it. You guys maybe tune in a little bit late. We're going to have our current results up on screen pretty soon. I am Wolf, as always, joined by Caldor.
And we are jumping into our second group stage right now. We have Group B, and this is the second half. We have our next game up. It's going to be Rain. He's going to face a Sniper. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to have a quick look at the rankings once again. But right now we have Zerg players kind of dominating the group a little bit. The only Protoss player so far who was able to take a set was Seed.
Yeah, he was able to take a 2-0 in fact over Violet. But I feel that Violet is not on the same caliber as Sniper, who is still looking pretty good, and he's going to have to face Sniper a little bit later on.
Oh, he actually faced Sniper already. He lost to Sniper with a 2-0. Life is the player that he has to
Life yet. That's right.
Life is the Zerg that he still has to play. On the other hand, we have Rain, and he's the guy who has to face Sniper next. So we have the Zerg players in really good shape, but the group isn't over just yet. Yes, two Zerg players are taking the lead here, but if Seed continues as he did against Violet, I feel that he can definitely get out of this group. The top 3 advances. The first place advanced to the semifinals.
Map score is so important in this because we are likely going to have a tie with map scores, but that's or tie with win scores, but with map scores, that's how first, second, and third might be determined.
Exactly. So therefore, it's actually a little bit of a disappointment to see that he lost against Sniper without taking a single map, because that, of course, puts him down 2 maps already. But the 2-0 victory over Violet helps him quite a bit. The one guy in the group who really needs a lot of wins now is Rain. If he wants to get a chance, he has to win his next 2 sets, which would be a set against Sniper and also a set against Seed. This is like the clash of the Protoss players that we have in this group. Unfortunately, no Terran player. We had one in yesterday's group, in Group A, but MVP was not able to get out of the group.
Yeah, just wanted to mention briefly that voting event we had up on screen. Go to teamliquid.net to vote for those things. You guys already saw, I'm sure, the thing that was up on screen, so I'm not going to talk about that too much. Now, currently we have Rain coming up in our next best of 3. He's down so far in this group. He may go the way of MVP if he loses this best of 3 with an 0-2. I think, he's going to be just the sandbag guy in the group from then on. His
map score is already -3, but let's have a quick look at the results, and then you'll see it also on the screen itself. Here are the results that we had at the afternoon session. Live winning over Sniper, Violet taking the game over Rain. We had Sniper also succeed against Seed.
And then, of course, Live took out Rain 2-0. Rain currently really struggling in this group. And then, of course, last but not least, Seed was able to take the 2-0 over Violet with some really nice timings.
Yep, strong performance.
And I think we're going to see the stats. Yeah, here they are. So you can see who's who in this group. So far, Live taking 2-0, 3-0 over his wins and losses. When you combine them together now, you can see that, man, Rain, if he loses 0-2 here in this next series, he's going to go all the way down to -5, and will be basically not able to get out of the group no matter what, not even in the top 3.
Exactly. He really needs a win right now, and needs it against Sniper, a guy who so far was able to win a best of 3, lost against Live, but has the best map score out of the 3 players that are tied in the middle.
Yes.
The next games are the order of games should pop up on screen in just a second, and here they are. Rain versus Sniper leading our starting our evening session off. Violet versus Live, Rain versus Seed, Violet versus Sniper, and then last but not least, Live up against Seed on Abyssal City of all maps.
We have basically all the maps are listed out now.
Yeah.
The first map for this Protoss versus Zerg, the first one is going to be Belshir Vestige. It's not a incredibly tough map for Protoss, but I feel like Zerg definitely has an edge here because that third base gets a little bit awkward. Plus the rush distance on this map is really, really far.
And one thing that we should also mention, in case that you tuned in a little bit later, this is, of course, everything game is being played as the best of 3, and the loser picks the map. So the first map is a given, and from that point on, the loser picks the map that he wants to play.
Yeah, first map's totally random, so they have no choice over what happens first. This is pretty tense, man, for Rain especially. Sniper, yeah, he's got that position in the group where he has second because of his map score. His map score is good. He wants to be able to take first place, though, to get straight to the semifinals. So this is important for him, but this is dire straits for Rain. This is not, oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to get first or second, or maybe I take third. This is, I will probably not get out of this group at all if I lose this.
He looked really, really tired when I saw him in the backstage area earlier. I was a bit surprised, and he seemed just really exhausted. I'm not quite sure what's going on with him these days, if he didn't get too much sleep, but right now he really has to turn things around if he wants to get a chance at the Blizzard Cup. We're jumping into the game, guys. We got our evening session here at the Blizzard Cup. Rain vs Sniper, our next game, brought to you by Call of Duty. Our Casper Protoss is starting to the top left of the map, and if he doesn't want to end up being the punching bag of this group, he needs a couple of wins, and he needs them now. This is the Protoss player who calls himself
SK Telecom T1, Rain.
One of Kespa's strongest and most well-funded teams.
He's up against another strong Zerg opponent. He was only beaten by life so far, took a 2-0 victory over Seed, the other Protoss player in the group. Starting at the bottom right, of course, is our MVP Zerg player. It's not DRG, no, this is
MVP Sniper.
Sniper,
current champion of the GSL.
Yeah, big favorite to get out of this group, and so far taking second place in the standings.
And we are in Belcher Vestige now. A lot of Stargate openings that we've been seeing today. We had a couple of Immortal pushes, not too many. One of them executed by Rain on Entombed Valley. Also one of the favorite strategies, a very heavy gateway attack. But if you just look at what we've seen, most of the Protoss players decided to go into Stargate, especially Rain.
Yeah, and I think we'll see it again. This probe is annoying those drones just so much. Nothing the drones can do about it, though. It's just kind of like when your neighbor is making a really loud noise and you can't tell him to stop because you don't really know him that well. And if he keeps up, you're going to stop him. But here's the map win right here. No games played on Vestige for Rain. He's a Kespa player. He's out of the GSL, so no surprises there.
Yep, it's a newer map, and therefore he didn't really play it just yet. He will probably just had a look at it and decided to go for a strategy. We'll find out what he wants to do fairly soon. Nexus first. That's currently what he starts with. And on the other hand, he just tries to delay the expansion for Sniper for as long as possible.
Yep, there's the hatch going down, though. Forge after Nexus, meaning that we were going to have a really good economy for Rain, starting things off getting the fastest possible Nexus that he could ever hope for.
You know, in this matchup, Sniper so far really excelled in the Blizzard Cup. He took down Seed with the 2-0, and Seed proved against Violet that he's definitely not a pushover in the PvZ, but Sniper just showed him his skills and he was a bit too strong. Now Sniper is up against the second Protoss player, and so far Rain didn't look too strong in this group. He was defeated by Life without taking a single map. The Life crushed him. Against Violet, things looked a little bit different, but Violet in the end got the better end of the deal. So right now this is the last Zerg player that Rain is going to face here. If he loses here, then the only win that he could get is over a fellow Protoss player.
That's at least going to be a different matchup for him. So here's the third hatch going down for Sniper. He does check with the Ling to make sure nothing's going on over there that he doesn't know about.
Yeah, with the double AC, of course, no big surprises. The third base is always a little bit farther away on Belcher Vestige and gives the Protoss player an edge to attack.
Yeah, it's really important to spread that creep on this map. Yeah. This map more than almost any other map. This map and Business City, the two big creep spread maps. This is Shakura's plateau level of you need to spread that creep.
Rain, on the other hand, he needs to make a choice right now. We've seen him with a couple of Immortal pushes, actually only one so far, but he really seems to love his Stargate opening. With a lot of Phoenixes, he dominates the early game and was always able to make it work. He really used those Phoenixes quite well.
Cost efficiently, sometimes taking no resource loss, whereas his opponent having, 1,500 even in some of the games he's played.
Yeah, it's just in the mid game where he was especially on Abyssal City against Violet in a very awkward situation where he just couldn't win the fights. He was not able to save those Colossi. The Corruptor's a little bit too strong, and then the Zergling follow-up just, finished him off.
+1 has started for him. He's got no pylon in the main, but the pylon he's got at his natural could be used to make either a Robo or the Stargate on the high ground.
Yeah, also at the back, wherever it is, the Overlord should not be able to get close enough. And it looks like he's going to start with the robotics on this map. Not going to head into the Stargate play that has been favoring so far.
I think Robo is... If he goes Robo, he's absolutely not going to be able to take a third base with that. Not quickly, not a fast third. So I think we're going to see an Immortal push. Because, I mean, just look at the third base. It's got a ramp that goes down to it. It's got a second entrance where there's rocks that can be destroyed to make it even a wider entrance. And the second ramp that goes down is so far away from Rain's first wall-off that there's nothing he can do to use sentries to zone out units. It's basically so far away he can't make a wall. That's impossible. There's just way too much space he needs to cover.
The Stalker's coming back home, but the Overlord is going to spot the robotics. I don't think that he... Or will it? Make sure that he's just in range. Oh wow, no he's not.
Yes.
Yes he is.
I think he angled it slightly after. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, there he sees it, and here come the gates, so he knows already what's coming. And we have Sniper with a fast lead tech.
He started Rain did an Observer, then canceled and made the Warp Prism. We already saw Warp Prism play from Seed try to pick off drones on Daybreak in game number 3, or game number 2 rather.
And the funny thing is that Seed had actually a bit of a timing that he could have tried to use and lock the ramp, but now we have Rain with the Twilight Council once again as a follow-up here, so we will have a +2 attack timing, and he can also go into Blink. This is a strategy that we've seen on Daybreak before.
Yeah, this is a build that it's almost like Rain's copying what we saw from Seed on Daybreak.
Yeah, it's actually true. If he really goes for the Blink and the +2 attack and starts to drop a couple of Blink Stalkers, then it's basically the same opening that Seed used. I actually don't even know if they talked with each other, but we have sentries in the Warp Prism. But he's aiming for the third base and not for the main base. We are not going to see an attempt to block the ramp with a force field.
Yeah, he's actually just using the Warp Prism for a forward warping point very aggressively here. Now the Zealots have been spotted, but those Lings don't have speed, and the Zealots already have +2 started, so he's got to be very careful. Nice force field here, zoning out those Lings.
Yeah, needs to make sure that he saves those sentries as well, and the Warp Prism is there. We also have a Stalker trying to take down the first Queen, and the Zealots are doing a good job here. The +1 attack upgrade is of course already done, and here comes the next round of warp-ins. Mainly Zealots, force fields trapping one of the roaches.
Though now have the force fields to actually shield them.
One roach died, but the rest of the roaches are using the force fields against the Protoss.
They're very happy with those force fields. Queen takes out the Zealot, and yeah, you can clean up some creep timbers now with these sentries, but not a lot of damage done here. A lot of tech going up behind this. The problem is, this is not going to be a build that can really, I feel, work off 2 base. It needs a third, and Sniper is doing the smartest thing ever, man. He's getting a Spire already.
Yeah. Sniper is going to head into Mutalisks here. We have him not with a lot of gas saved up, though. So, I'm not quite sure. Let's see what he's going to do with this. But the attempt or the idea to go into a heavy Mutalisk build is something that we've seen occasionally yesterday. Especially DIG liked it, but also Linok in one of the games against Protoss tried to use the strategy and it worked really well for him. But right now, we have not really the bank in gas that he needs to use, or wants to use in order to get a high amount of Mutalisks. And he's focusing on a lot of roaches. But you can already see that now he's just gathering up this bank. He will be able to get, let's say, 8 Mutalisks out if he waits a little bit longer.
This map is so good for Mutalisk play because there's so many there's so much space between all the bases. Whether you have Blink or not, it's so hard to actually catch up to those Mutas. These Lings are going to get on the creep that the Overlord spread. Warp Prism comes into the main base. The most important part of that Warp Prism is it might scout the Spire.
The Warp Prism has already been spotted. He knows that it's coming. Still, the unit's just poking around. The Spire is done.
Yep.
+1 attack has been started.
Spire is way far away from that Warp Prism too, so he's not going to see it. Right now, Sniper has 84 Lings on the map.
The economy for Rain is not too bad, but still, you want to have this third base. He has a decent Harvester count, but the third and defending it, that's going to be the problem. And here comes the run by already taking down the Nexus. Cancel, goes off.
What was that Nexus, man? That Nexus was just like, well, I hope he doesn't attack me. Roaches get smashed here, though, by the Immortals. Does not want to take that fight.
That was well done. That was really well done. But his problem is really establishing this third base. Once again, Sniper just running in.
This entrance that Sniper didn't go through is just one of 2 massive entrances to the base. The Warp Prism here is going to be shut down, of course, by these Mutalisks, but it keeps the Mutalisks back a little bit.
And the reaction of Forain is dropping 4 cannons right away as soon as he realizes that he's up against the Spire blade.
I do not blame him.
No.
Still no Nexus. It started again.
And remember, this is something that Parting did, and Parting worked really well against a mass fearless player of his opponent. With him, like 10 cannons, I think, at the Natural, he was able to win the game.
That was exactly
just yesterday.
Yeah, he just massed cannons before he moved out. He made like 10 to 14 cannons at one of his Nexi, and it was just too much. I could see Rain doing something like this again. The Nexus is totally exposed here. He's got to draw the forces into the main base of the Mutalisk, and here come the Lynx.
The Zerglings running
Force
in.
fields miss a little bit, but the second ones do go down.
Yeah, he doesn't kill a lot though.
Yeah, but here's the thing, he doesn't have a lot to deal with the Mutals on the right side now, and with Lings to support, he should be able to force a cancel on that Nexus again. Here we go.
He goes in from every single angle, Blink forward with the Stalkers, trying to force those Mutalisks back at the same time. The Sentries, a few of them still being alive, but the Mutalisks target them down one by one.
Rain needs to blink, man, but GG. He knows.
GG, this is it, it's too much.
He can't hold. That was... to be perfectly frank, I have no idea why he did that build on this map. I have no idea. I don't get it. I mean, it may have been if he's like, you saw my Robo. I can't do the Immortal push now because you're going to predict that, so I want to try to take a third base. Either way, you saw my Robo. That's not a good strategy anymore. If I don't use that push and I try to go for third base, that's probably not going to work. It was kind of a lose-lose situation. But, I mean, he took that first Nexus that canceled, he was just like, I'm not going to leave any of the units near this. I've got 2 entrances. He's got more than 40 links, and I've seen that. I'm just going to make the Nexus anyways.
I just think that Rain today is not in good shape.
Yeah,
As I said earlier, he seems to be a little bit off today. I saw him in the makeup room, and the problem is he looked so tired, guys. Really, he had his head in his hands, and he looked like he could fall asleep any second. I feel today that something is off. Maybe didn't get enough sleep yesterday.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe he was practicing all night. You know, that Kespa schedule can get to be a bit intense.
Maybe there was just a party in the apartment next door and he couldn't sleep. I don't know, but he seems a bit off today.
Yeah, he definitely does not seem... I mean, just look at his face right now. You can see he just does not look like he's energized. Look at the difference between his face and Sniper. Sniper just looks much more relaxed.
Rain doesn't even look anymore like he believes in a potential victory here, so...
He looks like his best friend just died. And he is now about to find himself... If he loses on Entomb Valley, which is of course the map he's chosen, if he loses here, he's got no chance of getting the top 3. It's impossible.
Yeah, he can't lose here. He would be down 3 maps or 3 games already, and being at the map score of -5, that is way too much.
I actually think it might be impossible. I'm pretty sure.
Well, he needs to change it a little bit. As I said, you look at him and you feel like he doesn't really believe. This is not the confident Protoss player that dominated the OSL and that was able to also leave a footprint at the GSL a few seasons ago. Now we're jumping into game 2. It's his map choice. It's Entomb Valley, and we'll find out if he can force map 3. He's up against Sniper. Not going to be easy. Game 2, here we go. PvZ Cup 2012. Hold on, Wolf.